Welcome to Esther's Universe. It's a magical place full of authenticity, creativity, and joy. It's where anything is possible as science and spirituality come together to teach you how to step into your power and raise your vibration. So together we can heal the collective and make a positive impact on the world. If you love the pod, please share it and enjoy. Hi, I missed you. I have not been recording for a few weeks because I have been in a massive quantum jump going from A to B. I've basically been flying through the goo, like the metamorphic, what's the word I'm looking for? So when a butterfly is in the cocoon and it goes through a metamorphosis and it comes out as a butterfly, but before it comes out of a butterfly, like while it's transforming from caterpillar to, a winged insect, it keeps all of its memories, but it basically turns into goo. And so I have been basically this consciousness flying around in this goo for the last month. So many incredible, amazing things have happened, and also so many wild things. It's like I've had to physically feel some of my greatest fears in my physical body. And I've also felt some of the highest joys I have ever felt in my life, and all in the space of 4 weeks. And, we're 7 days into 2025 and I only just felt yesterday like I actually landed in the new year for the first time. Otherwise, it's just been this, oh my God, it's been the most rogue time. It's been incredible. And also, I don't know if you have been keeping up with the Earth's electromagnetic field lately, but it's been popping off. So basically, there's about 2,000 lightning strikes per minute or something like that, something close to that. All over the world, right? And all this lightning that happens, the energy from that lightning kind of gets stored in our ionosphere for the planet and contributes to the Earth's electromagnetic field, which we are a part of, right? So everything is made of energy. The Earth is vibrating at a certain resonance, and it kind of vibrates between 2 to 8 hertz, around 4 to 7 hertz is the usual kind of frequency that the Earth will vibrate around. And also solar activity affects the Earth's electromagnetic field as well. And we're in we were for the last 2024, pretty much the whole year has been a year full of solar storms. And it affects our technological devices, it affects our energy, our moods, all this stuff. And so there have been a lot of big blasts of solar activity lately. Really big as we've been crossing into the new year. So all of December and so far January, we've had a lot of solar activity. And then, so when you look at the Schumann resonance graph, when it's blue and green, it's normal activity that you're seeing, that's the everyday sort of normal frequencies that we resonate at on Earth. And then when it blasts in white, means that there's just a lot of high intensity energy kind of surging through the planet. And oh my God, the graph has just been in the white for basically 4 weeks straight almost. And it essentially everything that's not aligned with where you're going and with your goals and with your heart's purpose and everything kind of gets brought up in these times. Or if nothing needs to be brought up in that time, and everything that you needed you've cleared the path for yourself to get to the next little waypoint, you will either shoot through to that waypoint, or you'll go through so many different things coming up inside you just to get them out of the way so that you can shoot through to the waypoint. Or you might feel really lethargic, or you might feel a bit anxious, or you might feel really excited. You might feel all kinds of different things. Whatever your baseline energy is at that time will just be amplified. So people feel all kinds of different reactions when the Earth's energy is popping off. Anyway, it's not even the reason I came here. I just started talking about it. But I just wanted to go through so I've obviously this last, wild month that I've been having has taught me a lot of lessons, and it's shown me the themes for this year. And I wanted to share them with you so that you can kind of keep them in mind for the year as you go. So one of the biggest things is listening to your body. I cannot stress enough that if you want to use this year to your full capacity, and you want to get to a point in life that you're I feel peaceful, or I feel really proud of myself, or I feel really balanced, or I feel like I'm achieving all of my dreams, or I'm living a really passionate life, whatever it is that you want for your life to feel like your best version of self, if you listen to your body, you are going to make leaps and bounds to arrive into that place. So when you listen to your body, you're essentially becoming more and more in tune with the universe, really. When you listen to your body, you're becoming more in tune with nature, more in tune with what the universe and nature are trying to get you to do, the energy that's trying to pour through you, because the universe is sending energy down that wants to be, brought into the earth, like brought out of you, earth side. And when you are listening to your body, you're clear. You're making choices that are in alignment with the universe, and you're essentially setting yourself up for success in so many ways I can't even. So if you're like, how do I listen to my body? I've said this like a million times before, but just start really simple by if opportunities come up, like, do you want to go to this event? Before you say yes, you don't have to answer people straight away as well, by the way. So if you're someone who's usually like, oh, yeah, yeah, totally, like, I'm pretty sure I can, do, like, fuck off, don't. You don't need to do that. You don't need to answer people straight away. You don't need to be a people pleaser. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to be mean either, but you can just be like, leave it with me. I'll let you know. I'm just going to see if I'm vibing it, or whatever it is that you want to say. And then literally, like, when you have a moment, visualize yourself doing that thing. Or if you don't visualize, like, whatever it is, just imagine that you're there. How does it feel in your body? And if your body's like, a bit of resistance, a bit tired, I don't really want to do that, I don't really feel comfortable with that, I don't like that feeling, it makes you feel a bit like, like if that sound matches the feeling that you're having, then it's a no. You know what I mean? And if you're feeling like, ooh, I'm interested, like, I don't really know where that would lead, but I'm curious, or, oh my God, I'm excited, then it's a yes. Or like, that feels nurturing, like, oh, that feels exactly like what I want. Yes, those are all yeses. So whatever the question is, like, whatever the opportunity is, anything that's being brought up for you, or if you're like, oh, I should be doing X, Y, Z. I should be doing this much work today. Should you? Why are you saying should? Does that mean that you actually don't want to? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you need rest right now instead? Or maybe you've been heaps restful and you're like, oh, I'm actually feeling like I've got this energy in me. Like, what is it that I feel like doing? And you can ask yourself, try a few different things. Like, listen to your body, try and let it guide your path as much as you possibly can. And it's a practice to learn it. Like, I feel like I started listening to my body a couple of years ago, and my life has changed so much in that time. It's not even funny. And I just get clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer on my body's language. And there's, I can't recommend it enough. It's life-changing. Please start listening to your body. And like, not just like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to my body in the background. Like, literally, like, make it your mission to use your body as the thing that you use to decide all of your life's choices. Yeah, that's about it. And then, okay, so the next thing, energy efficiency. Now, this goes hand in hand with authenticity. When you're being authentic to yourself and how you feel at the time, this also goes hand in hand with listening to your body. If you're being authentic to yourself and how you're feeling at the time, you are being the most efficient with your energy to achieve all the things that you want to achieve, all of your dreams, all of your manifestations, this beautiful connection to yourself, the universe, a beautiful life, like all those things. You really want to learn how to value your energy more than anything and become really efficient with it. So you can be like, a way to do this would be, okay, I'll give you a personal example and then just try and take this and apply it to your own life. I was seeing a guy for about a month, and it was awesome to start with. It was there was so many amazing lessons in it. And then it kind of hit this like turning point where all of a sudden, like, it went from energizing me to draining me. And this was like a big lesson for me. I don't think this is a very common, I've never experienced anything like this before in my life. It was wild. It was like the person was kind of like one energy, and then it's like a switch flicked, and then they were another energy. And I got to experience two different realities basically with this one person. And I was like, holy shit. And, so there was probably like 6 days where the energy had flicked into this space where I was like, this is not what it was. And that's okay. People's energy shifts and changes, but this was like a dramatic difference. And I started to feel like I was draining. I started to notice my energy, like I wasn't as bubbly as I normally am. I wasn't as like active as I normally am. I wasn't as myself or free as I normally am. And I was like, whoa, like what is happening to me right now? And then I was noticing this person was like, you know, going through a little bit of a thing. And it's not that like just because someone was going through something hard, I was like, no, I can't, you know, it's not that. It's how this person chose to deal with the situation. It was very out of alignment with how I would deal with the same situation. And I basically started to realize that, so my goal, right, is to, at the moment, my goal is to have this beautiful, kind of like a TV series, but on Netflix. Sorry, not Netflix. Oh my God, maybe. If Netflix wants to pick it up, that's fine. But on YouTube, I'm making a series. I'm starting to like bring it all together. I've got a bunch of people who are keen, and I need to start getting the kind of creative people on board to make a pilot and blah, blah, blah. I'm getting off track. Anyway, huge goal for this year. Very excited to do it. It's going to literally change the world in so many ways. It's going to be so big and I'm so excited. I really want to do that. I really want to be brave and bring that to life. That's going to require a lot of energy. It doesn't mean I'm going to be like burnt out or anything, but it's going to require a lot of my energy. It is going to require me to not be drained by a guy that's not aligned with my energy, if that makes sense. So the choice that I made over the last like week or so was I was observing. I was like, is this how I want to live my life? When I'm interacting with this person, is this how I want to live my life? The way this person is showing up for me, is this how I want to live my life? I kept asking myself and I kept coming up with no's, like, nope, I don't want this to be my everyday. Nope, I don't want this to be my everyday. Nope, I don't want to go through life with someone who's, you know, because I'm picking up the energetic slack, so I'm draining because they don't know how to work through things the way that I know how to work through them. And it doesn't mean that we all have to work through things at the same way as each other. But obviously, like if you've been listening to me for a while, like you know me, you know that my personal development is probably one of the most important things to me, because if I'm in a place of alignment, I can help a lot of people. I can make the world a better place. If I love myself truly and I value my energy, I can do a lot with that for everyone and everything on this planet. So it makes sense that to be able to thrive in everything that I love, I would need to kind of only allow a partner into my inner circle who has the same kind of passion or drive or energy or whatever to kind of progress in their own version, but the same kind of pace, the same kind of intensity, the same kind of desire or whatever. I don't really know the word, but do you know what I mean? Like, this is why I always just like leave partners behind, because they don't possess that same thing that I have. And then what happens is I start to pick up the slack for them, because I don't know how to not do it yet, to be totally honest with you. I would love to say like, yeah, I can have a boundary. I can be with someone and not pick up their emotional slack and not carry the load for both of us. And with friends and, you know, other kind of situations, I have learnt the boundaries in that. But when it comes to partners, I've not yet fully learnt how to do that. So I had to basically just like remove myself from the situation, because I was like, this is the way that I can be the most in alignment with my heart's calling. And yes, that person was beautiful. Yes, I still think that they're an amazing person. It was whatever. It was like a beautiful fling. It was everything that it needed to be. But I could have stayed in it, but I would have drained my energy and I would have brought myself further away from all of my beautiful dreams and desires and the, you know, stuff that's been put on my heart for a reason. And my energy is so much more important to me than, you know, no offense to that person, but it's anyway. So that's a big example of me making a choice, right, to be efficient with my energy. And then there's little choices. So it's like you can be walking along, maybe you're on your morning walk and you hear your mind just yipping and yapping away in the background, like thinking about all these kinds of things that maybe you're having an argument with someone in your head, or maybe you're feeling like a victim about something or whatever. Like all those thoughts are really draining. They drain your energy. So when you are thinking things like that, literally just stop the train of thought. You don't need to like give yourself a reason to stop. You don't need to like think of something else to think of, nothing. You can literally just stop the train of thought. Don't even finish the sentence in your head and start breathing, just focusing on your breath. And that just sort of starts to retrain your brain away from thinking things like that are draining for you. And it also gets you to notice your thoughts a lot more, which is incredibly powerful and helpful. So energy efficiency can come in like literally every single way. Like it can be setting up your life to have like a routine that helps you or whatever. It can be just the thoughts in your head. It can be the choices that you're making with the people in your life. It can be the choices you make with your work, like anything, any choice in any moment. Can you be more efficient with your energy? Or can you value your energy and keep it in alignment with your goals as much as possible? So that's another theme for the year. A big one is speaking your truth. This is a really, really big one. So you're going to probably find yourself in situations where you have the opportunity to go, I really don't like being in this scenario, or I love this so much and I want to share this with you, or hey, I have feelings for you, or I have whatever. Like whatever the thing is, we're being asked to be brave. We're being asked to be so courageous and to just trust that the more that we speak our truth, the more we're going to find our aligned people, right? So even if it means at first you're speaking your truth and you're kind of almost repelling people, that's okay. Like obviously be mindful, like don't be mean and all of that, but speak your truth. Share who you are. Share your thoughts. Share your opinions. You don't need to be opinionless. You don't need to be Switzerland. You don't need to be live in the gray area. You don't have to be black or white about everything, but know that you are safe to speak your truth. Okay? I don't really know what else to tell you about that, but just give it a red hot fucking go. I've been giving it a crack. It's terrifying. It's still scary. And I literally have a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like I sit here and I'm talking to you so easily, and I've had this podcast for over a year. It's popping off and put me in front of a human being and tell me to speak my truth. And I get nervous. I do. You might think that I wouldn't, but I fully do. But I still do it. I feel the fear and I do it anyway. So let's do that together. Let's speak our truth more. It's basically going to make you more magnetic. It's going to make your signal really fucking clear in the universe. And then everything and everyone that's aligned with you is going to come flying in at your face. Okay? It's worth it. It's scary, but it's worth it. Now, another sort of theme for the year is making clearer decisions. Notice when you're being indecisive. Start to give yourself the ick. When you're being indecisive, be like, ugh, I'm giving myself the ick. I have to make a choice. I'm kidding. You don't actually want to ick yourself, but notice indecision, even in tiny little things. When you're at the shop, when you're scrolling online and whatever, when you're, I don't know, again, examples aren't coming to my head right now, but choices are so important. Like every action that we take, everything that we tolerate, everything that we accept, everything that we say, hey, this is what I'm allowing into my life is a choice, right? There are things that happen to us for sure, and we can't always control those scenarios, but we can control how we respond. And there are things that happen, like, you know, I said that things that happen to us, I truly believe that all this stuff happens for us because there are so many amazing things to learn, and they always kind of bring you to exactly where you need to be in the long run anyway. It's just like while you're in the thing, it can be a little bit tricky to see where you're going. But it's helpful to remember that every scenario you're in is for you. And so then you can start to be like, all right, what am I learning right now? Like what's happening? How can I work with the universe to get myself to where I want to go? That kind of thing. And yeah, so you can make the right choices, or sorry to say right choices. I wouldn't even say right choice because I don't think there's a right or a wrong choice. You can make whatever choice feels the best to you and your body at the time, and just try your best to be more decisive. The longer that you sit in indecision, the longer you're literally just in limbo and you'll probably feel a bit more anxious, that kind of thing. Whereas like, you know, when opportunities are in front of you or scenarios or thoughts or whatever, you can make a choice in any present moment that feels the best for you, that feels the best for your body. That is one of the fastest ways to stay in alignment that I can possibly think of telling you to do. Just in the present moment, how's my body feeling? I'm going to make a choice that honors that. That's it. Easy. What else is on my list? Yeah, creative energy and sexual energy are the same thing. We have a lot of creative energy pouring through right now. And so when you think of the energy in your body, the inspiration that comes in and you're like, oh, I really want to do this thing. Let's just say that's like your feminine energy. And then when you're like, I actually have the energy to action this inspiration, that's your masculine energy. That's the creativity, the production of the energy. That's you bringing it earth side in your masculine. And creative energy and sexual energy can feel the same. Well, they are the same thing, but they are very, very, very intense. And I don't really know if this is like helpful to anyone or anything like that. It's literally just like a lesson that I learned super recently. And I thought it would just be fun to mention because why not? But like if you have a partner sort of, or no, maybe not a partner, but if a person's coming into your life at the moment and you're like, I'm not really sure if I like want to date this person or what, but there seems to be some kind of connection with us. Maybe it's a creative connection. Maybe you're being called to start a project with this person. Maybe you're getting given an opportunity to step into the version of yourself that you know that you want to be. And this person's here to help you through that in one way or another. Like maybe you're collaborating on something. Maybe you're going to create something and bring it earthside. And maybe this person coming into your life is not a sexual connection. Maybe it's a creative connection, but it kind of might initially feel sexual because the energy is the same. So if that's helpful, Slay, let me know. Super niche, but it might be helpful to you. Obviously, I experienced that myself. That's why I'm telling you. I'll tell you more about that in the future. That's actually a really cool story. But anyway, not for right now. So the last thing is to sort of just like measure all the situations in your life against your goals and your alignment. So the partner that you're with, are they draining you? Are they kind of like hindering you from being in alignment with your goals and with what's on your heart, what your soul is calling you to do? Do they drain you more than they energize you? If they do, I need you to look at that. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I just want you to look at it and stop not looking at it. You can't you can do whatever you want. I personally wouldn't spend my life with someone who drains me. And if you're constantly needing to regulate yourself, constantly needing to make yourself feel better, constantly needing to make excuses in your head about it, constantly needing to think about the situation, constantly feeling like meh about it, that's draining. There might be areas for you to work on as well. Like maybe they're triggering things up in you for you to work on. Like maybe you go into like a sulky mode when they do X, Y, Z because there's this little thing from your childhood that you need to work on, blah, blah, blah. That you can work on all that stuff. But if you're actively working on it, that stuff doesn't actually take very long to work through. It doesn't take like a whole lifetime of a relationship. So things like that, friendships, work, are they draining you? Can you shift your mentality with the work situations? Like, is it something that you're like, my body needs me to exit this right now and find something that maybe work from home, something or whatever you can that's a bit more in alignment or gives you the space and the energy that you need. With like friendships and everything, are your friends asking too much of you? Are they dumping too much of their shit on you? Are they complaining too much? Are you needing to regulate? Like, are they manipulative? Like all that sort of stuff. Hopefully not. Hopefully your friendships are beautiful, but are you being drained and are you in alignment with where you want to be in your life? Just keep asking yourself these things. Like I'm not saying to like make giant cuts in your life and whatever. Do whatever feels right for you, for sure. Let things flow as you feel they're meant to flow. But I just want you to start noticing and start being like, okay, what do I actually want? And dream big too, babe. Dream fucking big. Like we're not here to fuck around. 2025 is the year that we are literally like, oh my God. So much changed when COVID hit. The world changed. We all realized like, hey, why are we working so hard if we can just stop? If the governments around the world can just stop the world, then why are we all fucking going 24/7 constantly in the first place anyway? Like, I'm sorry. So we all kind of had this like, hang on a sec, I want to be outside more. I want to see more friends and family. And then, things started to change. People started working from home. That became the new normal. Lots more online jobs came up. People were having like Zoom meetings and things and saving energy and having a bit more time to bring balance into their lives. People have been having spiritual awakenings left, right, and center. Big, massive life shifts, all kinds of things. Like the world has been changing so much since that catalyst happened in 2020. And there have been people awakening and prepping and doing all these things that they need to do to get to the point where everything they've been working for can come in and just land in their lives in 2025. And this has been happening for a lot of people because of the next wave of awakening that is happening. So it's been happening in like small doses. I say small, but still like, millions of people around the world have been awakening. And people have been, passing down the torch for generations of this kind of thing, for sure. But there is huge, huge change happening systemically this year, energetically. Things are going to be changing. Some things will seem like, oh no, to a lot of the population, like everything's falling apart. We don't understand what's going on. But to everyone who's already awakened, it's exciting. It's like, yay, the change we've been seeing coming is here. And like, there's so many amazing things that are going to happen for people. There's so many dreams that are going to be coming true, so much abundance, so much creativity, so much life and love coming in for people. Like, I'm so excited for this year. I can't even. Anyway, so basically there is like this, you're probably going to feel a couple of things. You might feel like this pull to start sharing your wisdom about what you've been learning through your life and your experiences with others. Sorry, a motorbike just went by outside. So I definitely would say, like, listen to that pull. Trust yourself. You do have the wisdom that you need. You are worthy of sharing your wisdom. You don't need to be a professional anything. You are a human being and you're passing on your knowledge to another human being. You're literally doing exactly what you're meant to be doing if you're doing that. So, and do it however you like. But I just wanted to say, like, if you're having a feeling to do that, follow it for sure. Trust yourself. And you might notice like more people being drawn into you in general, just being like, hey, I'm going through this thing. And you're like, oh my God, I've already been through that. The universe is going to start bringing people onto your path that, you're ready to turn around and help, I guess. But when I say help, I don't even mean in like a martyr way or specifically intentionally. Like, sometimes just a conversation with you or sometimes just being around your energy is enough to help that person. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so there's like huge awakening things happening, huge abundance coming in, huge backing from the universe to follow your dreams and make them as big as possible. Like, don't think small anymore. Like, if you're like, oh, I really want to change my life and I really want to live more passionately, I really want to do all these things. And what is like the most insane thing that you can think of yourself doing? Not insane as in like, sorry, what word do I want to use? What's the most impactful, big, amazing, exciting, cup-filling, fulfilling thing that you can see yourself doing? Even if you're like, oh my God, like I only imagined this as a child and I never thought I would do this as an adult and blah, 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 or whatever. But allow yourself to actually head in that direction. I'm not kidding. Like, go fucking big. Go for gold. What else are you doing? Like, you didn't come here onto this earth to be scared and to hide behind yourself and to tell yourself that you're not good enough and to be afraid of other people judging you, because you're just judging yourself. You didn't come here to do that. You came here to have the most amazing experience and to turn your life into something that you are so proud of. And as a result of you following that path, following what could be your absolute highest possible timeline, you are going to heal so much of the earth and so many of the people on it just by healing and loving yourself that much and achieving all the things that are, on your heart and in your soul. It's literally like the most selfless thing you can do is to be the most selfish that you can be in a beautiful, loving way. And yeah, so that's what I want to sort of leave you with. Dream really big. Point your heart, compass, arrow, focus, attention in that direction, even if you don't know fully what it looks like, even if it's just an essence of a feeling, a whisper of a knowing. Follow it. Fucking follow it. And let 2025 show you how many leaps and bounds and strides you can take to get toward it in the space of 12 months. Do it. You deserve it. I love you. If you want to join up to my app, give it a go. Have a listen to the meditations, realign your energy. The meditations that I put on there are all very fucking intentional. There are sound frequency healings in the track. There are the energies that come through from the universe when I'm producing it are incredibly healing and aligning. They're designed for different things. So some of the meditations are designed to help reset your energy. Some of them are for manifesting. Some of them are for healing. Some of them are to connect in with the universe. Like, there's meditations for all kinds of different things. And then there's also micro courses on there to help you through your spiritual awakening or teach you how to have a personal brand, start a podcast. I'm putting a painting course up soon. What else is on there? Stuff about the brain, the nervous system. It is $3.75 Australian, so it's like cheaper in USD per week. And yeah, it's a beautiful place. I'm very proud of it and I love it a lot. So give that a squiz if you haven't seen the app yet, if you're not on there. And if you are on the app and if you've been forgetting to meditate, open it up and do a meditation. And also thank you for being there. I love you so much. Well, that is all, and I hope you have a beautiful start to your year. I love you. Follow me on social media if you want, and say hi on Instagram, and have a beautiful day. Bye.